What's up, guys? Ram fans, Drew here with another episode. A lot's been going on in life right now where I wasn't able to kind of make a video prior to the Viking game this Thursday or yesterday. But it's Victory Friday, baby. Horns up. I'm just super, super, super stoked about the win. I knew we were going to win this game. I had that feeling we were going to win this game. I'm going to talk about what I've seen from the Rams, covering the Raider game real quick. I'm gonna try to make it really quick. I didn't have time to make like a an hour video, but I'm trying to make like a quick 20-minute video. But I'm gonna kind of recap what I seen from the Raider game, what I thought what we're gonna see from the Rams and against the Vikings, and then what I seen from the Rams and the Vikings, and what I expect kind of going forward. So obviously, I'm wearing my Dodger gear, Road Series today, so I had to represent. Um, Victory Friday. Hopefully we'll get a victory, double victory Friday today. So what I expected from the Raiders, I expected a lot more, to be honest. Defensively, I expected our best performance of the year, and we got that. Um, and then I expected us to run the ball. I did expect Cooper Cup to be back though for that game, which kind of came as a surprise to me. Um, that he was not back for that game. But I get the Rams kind of took the Raiders lightly. They you can tell they didn't really take them seriously, and they thought that they could win regardless of who was out there. They just thought no matter how much we're injured, no matter who's missing from the Rams, McVay played it as he just thought no matter what they were going to beat the Raiders, which is very risky though, very very risky, very stupid because it was kind of a close game at the end. But for the most part, we controlled the whole game. When Aiden O'Connell was in there, I knew our pass rush was going to get to them. We did give up some running lanes to Madison, but we kind of slowed that down in the second half. Kind of woke up. Missed tackles were still there, but they were kind of a lot better. Not as many crazy missed tackles. And then I just thought, our corners played attacking and lockdown, and we were just going after Minshew and O'Connell the whole game. One of the things that I did like though, McCollin has been a steal as an undrafted safety. I like that he's playing. I love that he's playing, strong safety while Quinn Lake's playing the free safety, and Quinn Lake's kind of moving all over the place. But I like that Quinn Lake was kind of the all around safety for us. That's now settling at free safety, and it's kind of been a blessing in disguise because now they actually have Cam Curl being the box safety, which he actually brings the boom along with McCollin. Like they both are really physical tacklers and really physical players. So I feel like those three guys roaming the field, but specifically McCollin and Cam Curl in the box allows us to play a lot of one linebacker packages. But it seems to fit Cam Curl a lot better. Blitzing, being in the run game, being close to the box, like it seems to fit him a lot better than when we're asking him to play free safety because it just seemed like he wasn't stopping the big plays and he wasn't getting any big plays. So I like that move by the Rams. Chris Shula, still not a fan of him, but we're getting better every week, and I can kind of see it. And so he's kind of slowly growing on me because I feel like he's taking this approach to his defense that he should have took earlier. He's starting to be more aggressive in this play calling. He's starting to, you can tell these guys are playing aggressive, and that's what I expected from the Rams in the beginning of the season was to have a much aggressive physical defense. You know what I mean? Not really that, that basic defense, I guess you can say. Um, but offensively it was really a struggle. We struggled to move the ball. It was kind of like it was just kind of weird against the Raiders. But overall, though, Puka coming back this week was just huge. I knew his practice window was going to open, but I just thought, all right, probably get cut back for this game, but we'll get Puka for against Seattle. Wow, what a return from Puka Nakua, man! It felt amazing seeing both those guys out there. But Puka is just on another level. You can see Cup is just Cooper Cup. He does everything right. He's kind of just has that rapport, and he's still Cooper Cup, but I just feel like Puka just brings another dimension to this team somehow, some way, and it's just that allowed the Rams to go back to the old Rams offense. I mean, you've seen the difference. If you watch that game and you're a true Rams fan who doesn't just watch the game for the score and the party, you actually focus on the game, you would notice that they were able to do all their motions again. They were able to do their screens. And I was always wondering why we don't do screens with Whittington. Why don't we do screens but it just seems like McVay doesn't implement that. Like his playbook is limited, what he feels like he can do without his guys. And that right there, you could just tell like it was just a huge difference in the Rams scheme. Like it was just we're doing a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of receiver motions, a lot of it was just a lot of craziness, which I really, really, really liked. And it was just to me, it was just amazing. It was just amazing to see that all come to tuition. You know what I mean? That we were able to do that. You know, that was just, in my opinion, that was just incredible. You know, Puka was just dominating and bringing that physicality and bringing that big body and just that explosiveness and stretching the field and Tutu, you know. But shout out to Demarcus Robinson, man. This guy I thought wasn't going to be our three. I said it in an earlier podcast. I go, he hasn't really performed up to par. But that is because I just learned this, and this is my fault. You know, I'm not always right on everything. But Demarcus Robinson found his role with the Rams as our three. And then he was kind of forced to be our number one or our number two, and that's just not him. That's just not him. And he wasn't able to get by people's best corners, and he wasn't able to get to become that guy for us. So seeing him back in that row at the number three, you've seen the explosiveness. You've seen him just being that guy for Stafford at that third row. You know, they can't single out Puka, they can't single out Cup. Like it was just an all around explosiveness. And I expected fireworks from this team this week, and we got it out there. And defensively, it started off a little rough. I was like, okay, you know, I kind of expected that. I was like, you know what? We're still growing, we're still learning, we're still getting better. But Sam Darnold on that offense is too explosive. You know, we just have to win the red zone and the turnover battle. But after those first two drives, the Rams got it together. You know, I know they had some help with some penalties. You know, Minnesota was beating themselves a few times, but for the most part, we were being aggressive. For the most part, JJ, you know, had a great game, but we were able to kind of just keep it to only him that was beating us. And that one thing that was huge was we kept Aaron Jones to like 60 some rushing yards, which is a huge win because the year that he's having and the way he's running the ball, and I think he's averaging 5.2 yards a carry. That I heard them say, like he was averaging a lot. So the fact that the Rams were able to slow down the run game, force Darnold to pass, and a lot of people were talking crap about Darius Williams, but people don't realize he's our best corner besides Akilo, and Akilo's a little bit more bigger, and JJ's a little bit more faster. So it was the perfect design by Chris Shula. You can tell Darius Williams was shadowing JJ the whole game, but JJ's just that good, man. You can't stop him unless you got a Sauce Gardner, and Denzel Ward, you know, a Jalen Ramsey. Like unless you have a guy like that, like you're not gonna be able to really lock him down, you know. So I thought, you know, Darius Williams did his best. You know, we can't expect him to lock him down, but just the fact that JJ teared us up but didn't win the game, we were tight in the red zone after that. And each single time this year that teams have been able to start throwing the ball on us, our defensive line is getting after them. Like Kobe Turner is consistently rushing up the middle. You can just see the pocket collapsing. And then Byron Young and Jared Verse are just killing it on the outside. And then sometimes all of a sudden you forget about Kobe Turner and all of a sudden Brandon Frisk is right in your face. That defensive line has been eating. So we were starting to get to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold started to not be able to throw the ball. He started throwing some questionable passes and stuff like that. But either way, second half and the second quarter, you know, basically it just after the first quarter, the Rams really held it down defensively, and I was really impressed with that. Um, you know, we did get away with that face mask at the end of the game, but that's just something that has to do with coaching. Like Byron Young sometimes makes questionable decisions, like against Jordan Love in the end zone, he shoulder hit him instead of just diving from him and tackling him. Like there was times where Brian Young makes a tackle for loss, but then he kind of just grabs you and doesn't wrap you up. Like so, Brian Young still has some developing to do. Like he's in his second year, but he should kind of know this, and this should be coached. Like we got away with one, but like you had him. All you had to do was just wrap him up. That's it. You wrap him up. He throws the ball away or whatever. It's intentional grounding. Like it's like I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like you didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know what's going on with Brian Young sometimes. Like he just takes wrong angles and makes dumb decisions. But got away from one, but either way he still made the play. And it just feels good as a Rams fan to see, it's been since Von Miller and Leonard Floyd since we've had some legit pass rushers. So it just feels good to see that, you know what I mean? Because we had only Aaron Donald these last few years. So it just feels good to really see that. To have guys like Jared Verse, Braden Frisk, Kobe Turner, and, just these guys. So Omar Spitz started this game, which was good. I didn't really see him flash on the field too much as far as like he didn't make no tackle for losses. He wasn't in the backfield a lot. He kind of got lost in some motions a few times. But I still like that Jake Hummel and him were out there, just brought more speed to the defense, and you can kind of see that. So I definitely think we should continue to play him and get him the experience. Because it just wasn't as bad as when Reader's out there. So, the only thing Reader brings to the table is he's just very smart and he can read defenses. Um, but yeah, anyways, though, offensively, we just looked explosive. We looked like we were able to do everything that we wanted to do, and that's a pretty good Vikings defense. Their secondary is okay, but they're still a very good defense. So, the Rams are back in it, man. The Rams are back in it. I'd said it in previous podcasts is, looking ahead, the Rams had to win this game. We had to win this game. We have to win a few and steal a few from, some games that we're not supposed to win. So the Rams are back. There's no excuses anymore. We're 95% healed. We made it through. Shout out to Kyron Williams because without his running game, I don't think we would have. I think it would have been worse, and I think we would just wouldn't have won a game. That guy was the unsung hero for the Rams during that tough stretch that we had. At 1-4 the first 5 weeks of the season. So, I just think he was the unsung hero, and he was the unsung hero against the Raiders as well. Running physical, and we didn't really have much besides him. So, the Rams are back. Puka and Cub, please, football gods, keep these guys healthy, man. But I don't think we're gonna trade Cup. I just don't see it. I never seen it in the beginning. I think the Rams value Cup too much. I think he's such a team player. I think he might not come back next year. I think the Rams are for sure gonna ask him to take a pay cut. So we'll see if he does that. But I just don't see the Rams giving him up this year, with the fact that they know we got some winnable games. Like, hopefully Seattle does lose to Buffalo at Buffalo. It's going to be pretty hard for them to win. I think they're at Seattle maybe. But either way, I just think it's going to be a tough game. Hopefully they lose. And if they do lose, I don't see San Francisco losing to Dallas. Arizona versus Miami, that's going to be a tough game, especially with Tua coming back. Hopefully Tua, that offense can light it up against them. But definitely we got two games that are going to be pretty tough. We have to just cross our fingers Seattle loses, because if they lose, we will be in the tiebreaker for first place playing next week, and we have the tiebreaker over the Niners. And if we beat Seattle, we'll have the tiebreaker over them. So we'll be in first place next week at 4-4 if we can pull it off. So the Rams control their own destiny. We have to continue to win. After that, we have Monday Night Football at home against the Dolphins. Dolphins are getting healthy as well. So that's going to be a challenge right there. That's going to be a huge challenge. And I'll talk about that matchup as well, but you're going to have to get these matchups. You're going to have to get these matchups. You got some winnable games with the Saints and the Patriots coming up, and Seattle's always been a winnable game. We always play them tough. It's always a great game against them. So it's like, but you're gonna have to get these division wins. You're gonna have to get these outside opponent wins. You're just gonna have to do it. You can't sit there and not get it. So you have to get that. So I just think that that was a much needed win for the Rams. We have to take care of our business. There's no excuses. We have a lot of confidence. The defense is getting better, and offensively, we should be getting Joe Jackson back before Steve Avila. So that's going to be huge because Bo Lemmer's been playing great at center, but you get Joe Jackson back, he doesn't have to play center. He can play guard, which left guard has kind of been hindering us. So it's just going to open up more running lanes. We were able to run the ball better with the passing attack being open because they're not stacking the box against Kyron. You've seen that. So it's like I just think it's gonna literally give us a lot of opportunities, and I think Stafford's gonna have a big second half of the season, and he showed it. I mean, he literally got more touchdown passes in one game than he had the first 7 games. Like, that is incredible. So it's like he has his weapons back. That brings it It makes it more easier in the red zone, and it just, a lot of things is gonna start clicking for this team. But we have to control our own destiny. We have to go on this winning streak that we know we could, but we're gonna have to beat Seattle. We need some help from other opponents. We need Miami to win. We need Buffalo to win. We need um, Dallas to win if they could, but I don't really see that happening even with a depleted 49ers team. So it's like, but we definitely got to win and control what we can control, which is beating Seattle. So, and then once we get Joe Jackson back, we're only missing Steve Avila and Tyler Higbee, which we should be able to get Higbee back probably by the end of November, which is perfect because it's going to add another weapon to that offense right there. So, and then Whittington still hasn't came back yet. He's going to be coming back. So it's just the Rams are in a good position right now. We have to win Seattle. We have to be 4-4. Then at home, coming with home with all that momentum, Monday Night Football, the place is going to be rocking. It's just I don't see how we lose that game. You know what I mean? We got to control the explosive Tyreek Hill, but besides that, it's like I think our defensive line could really crush Tua. So it's like, and then after that, I think we might have the Patriots. I can't remember off the top of my head, but either way, this is an exciting second half of the season. I think people underestimated the Rams and don't realize how good of a team we have, and the defense is only going to continue to get better. So, looking forward to it. Glad we have a mini bye week. Get these guys, some extra rest, and then hopefully, like I said, I'm crossing my fingers we can get Joe Jackson back just in time for that Seattle game. But hopefully, they open up his practice window. Hopefully, he's good to go, and that's just going to bring more protection to Stafford, and it's going to bring more of a molding to the run game. You know what I mean? So, shout out to the Rams. We, true Rams fans and just the Rams organization and everything with the Rams. Like we survived a very, very tough time, and it wasn't pretty against the Raiders, but we got it done when we needed to have that win. We got it done, and then we got it done against a very great Vikings team on Thursday night. So it was just one of those things, man. So very, very happy that we were able to pull it off. Very, very excited for the future of this team and just very excited about next week. We're going on the road, but we got to get this win. And this is just, Rams control their own destiny at this point. So, got to get this win. And if we really, really want to make some noise, we have to get these next two wins. So, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Just kind of had a short. Um, Like I said, go Dodgers. We're gonna get it. Go Lakers. That's why I'm wearing the Dodger and Laker jersey with the Kobe. So because Lakers play today as well. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great weekend. UFC tomorrow as well, and then obviously just Sunday football as normal. So looking forward to it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and let's see how we can do it, man. Let's see what we can do. We cannot get content, but we can do this, guys. We can do this. The Rams can do this. We have no excuses anymore. There's no excuses. So let's get it going. As always, horns up, baby. Let's go.